After discovering this very rare one-of-one 1983 Ferrari 512 BBI sat rotting away on a driveway here in the UK, I decided it was my absolute mission to rescue the car, and after months of negotiation with the owner, I finally managed to do it. I got the car home and my initial plan was to just get it running, clean it up and simply enjoy it as is. However, as with many things in life, plans change, and so did the direction of this build. So after a clean-up of the car with the help of my good buddy Ammo, the car looked great, actually better than I could possibly have imagined, but sadly only on camera. In the flesh, the paint was bad, it was blistered, it was hiding many potential rust spots and loads of imperfections. So with the help of you guys, my audience, I made the tough decision to take this car to the next level and restore it. So I took the Ferrari to my guys at Carrozzeria Body Shop and started to strip it down. Well, that next level plan of restoration quickly changed the game and, well, decided to do the ultimate, a full nut and bolt restoration on this Ferrari, which I'm sure you will agree it thoroughly deserves. Now, I've done mini restorations on cars in the past myself, but nothing on this level. So many of the jobs I have had to learn on the go, but it's been fully rewarding so far, and the end result on this car is going to be so worthwhile. Now we've got a few more jobs to do on the BBI today before we can get it into the spray booth later on. So I'm going to head on over to the shop in one very frozen Ferrari with my good buddy there in the background trying to break into the house. Now we've just discovered a bit of a problem while we've been sanding this back, getting it ready to go into the booth for its first coat of epoxy primer. As I've run my hand over it, I can feel that there's a bit of a dent there. So this is the kind of time you want to discover an issue like this. What we're going to try and do, I don't know if you can see it, it's just here really. But you can feel it more than you can see it. So we're going to try, rather than fill it, we're going to see if we can pop the dent out. I'm not going to do it, my man Chris is. Certain jobs on the BBI require specialist skills, and Chris, my dent man, is absolutely brilliant. He did all the minor dents on the Stradale Spider before we colour changed the car, and with the issue on the BBI, it's sorted back to perfection in no time at all. So while I leave Chris sorting the dents and Owen masking up the car ready for paint, I need to take care of some important business. Hey, what are you doing on my Ferrari? Get back to where you came from.
Hey, what about my world?
What's wrong with it? Aren't you from some childish game?
That is not true. Hero Wars has vibrant graphics, cool gameplay, and a user-friendly interface.
Yeah, it's true. I love it. Let's show these guys.
Yeah, tell them more about it.
In Hero Wars, everyone can find a character to suit themselves. There's cyborgs, aliens, vampires. I've been playing for 2 weeks now, but only unlocked a third of them. I'll unlock Jabba next. He's an awesome tank who literally devours his enemies. But Celeste is the real S tier. She can switch between DPS dark form and a healer light form, which makes her useful in any situation. And check out this sexy outfit that just dropped for her. There's no equal to Hero Wars. You're going to play it on the subway, at work, or even while doing something else. It's simple to start playing, but assembling a perfect team of heroes is an art in itself. For example, Mojo the Shaman can't heal Darkstar the Elf as effectively as good Grandma Martha can, while the Slow Cleaver makes a great pair with Swift Isaac. Christmas magic comes to Hero Wars. From December 24th begins the best time to start playing. You can get a lot of presents and cool items, collect heroes, decorate the Christmas tree, progress through the advent calendar and learn the mysterious story. Hero Wars is a world of 6 unique modes, more than 300 Guild Wars servers and 100 million players. Play alone or see who among you and your friends is top dog. Oh, and where can you get 30,000 coins, 600 emeralds and 5 awesome heroes to start dominating in Hero Wars? Well, the answer is simply click on the link in the description below and start playing Hero Wars right now. Last little bit before it heads into the booth. Extremely excited. We're going to get a quick once over with the D8 because it's sat here for a few days just for any kind of contamination. We're just going to get that one off and then it's going to get its first coat of epoxy. So we're on our numbers hunt again. If you remember, in the last video we found number 36 on the rear grille. If you have a look on here on the door, look down there, 36. What we're finding on this car, in the craziest places, is our number 36. 100% a genuine car, nothing's been touched on here. Look, even this rear window frame, we found a 36 on that as well. Somewhere, where is it, down there? Down there somewhere, yeah, it's there. So, really, really happy that this car is just untouched and completely original. Just this top corner, wasn't it, up here?
Yeah.
Off here?
Yeah, there.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. It's finally the time where we are going to get the car in its first coat of paint of some sort. This is actually going to be the first stage, which is epoxy, and then we've got polyester, and then we've got primer, and then we've got paint on this one. So first bit here, everything is stripped, it's all ready to go. Just a couple of little bits more before we get the paint gun on it, but as you can see, the car is completely here. It's all sealed up. This is the best way we could do it, really, so we kept the car mobile so we can push it around the workshop, but everything we need to get to is all accessible on here. We've kept the clams on just to make it actually easier to do it this way. And on the front frame, as you saw, we sprayed that in the previous video. That's all now taped up, ready to go, so we can get to the full access of all the areas on the car that we need. All the door shuts, all the doors over here, all the bits, all the grills. So let's see how we get on. Gert is the man. See you on the other side. After Gert finishes the first coat of epoxy, it's the most critical part of the paint process. Drew, the boss, comes in to inspect the quality, and it's always a good sign when he says, now you have to admit, even in the first protective coat, the BBI already looks stunning. We get the seal of approval from Drew, and the BBI is then left overnight in the oven to cure correctly. The next morning is a quick light sand to keep the car all over and enable the next paint step to adhere perfectly. It's then time for the first coat of polyester to be applied to the Ferrari. So the car is finally out of the booth. We have had a full coat of epoxy, sealing all of that bodywork. We've let that fully cure, and then it's had a coat of polyester primer. Nice high build on here. So you can see the car right now, and it's got this kind of like camouflage look. That is because we've put a mist coat on here. Next stage is we actually have another waiting game. This has to cure for a few weeks now, probably about a month to be perfect. and then we can finally block this by hand, find out any like small imperfections in it, correct those before it has another coat of primer, and finally this beautiful coat of white Ferrari shiny BBI paint. In the meantime, we have got loads more jobs to get on with this one. We have a grille here. It goes in, the back bumper up there, sits in like that, and it's extremely rusty. So what I've just started to do, just as a little tester, is just grinding it back. But as you can see with that, it's coming up really nicely. So it's a nice bit of surface rust. We'll take that all off, and then we'll get it all treated, and probably powder coat that one black again. It will look like... So with the BBI and the polyester, waiting for it to dry, we're trying to get as many jobs done in the background. So when this is all ready and it's all painted, they're literally bolt on. So you saw us just stripping back some of the bits. They're all back now. They're all good. And things like this, this is the windscreen trim that comes in up here. We've got all of the trim pieces around the car like this that we're stripping back. We've got a load up here. We've got some bits here that I've started to etch prime and just protect them. And again, the idea is really just to get all these finished, all of these completely looking great in order to just put on the car when this is all fully painted.
This is BBI corner in my conservatory. It's gradually growing. I've got no space really to live in anymore. It's all taken up by Ferrari parts, but it's all going to be worthwhile in the end. This, for example, is just the lights box. We started to go through some of this stuff before. Actually, we did all of these bits here. This is the lenses. That was one of them. Managed to strip off the other one as well. So we're just currently in the background working on those. These just need a clean up. But we've started to respray the actual bases. So I started with the white stuff. Then we're going to be doing the black on that one and sealing it all back together. So that is once again perfect. And then we got to go through things such as this. This is the headlight motors. And this really is just dusty and needs a clean up. There's nothing really wrong with that. That's just a clean up job. Headlights, for example, here. Lights are all good. But what I want to do is just this backing bit here, clean it all up and maybe just respray that so it's fresh black, because these are little things that you might not even see on the car, but if we do it correctly, it's all going to be really worthwhile in the end. Same with this. This is the cover for the headlights. Again, it's not too bad, but with a fresh coat of black paint, it's going to look perfect again. And then we got things such as the fuel tanks. They're all ready. We've already done those. We've got the oil tank down there. We've got a box of all the powder coating stuff. Still waiting for a couple of little bits there. Then we've got some decisions to make still on the interior. Now, with the video, and you saw probably some of the little bits at the beginning of this one, the snippets when we cleaned it up, it all really came up very well indeed. So I'm still on the fence whether or not we go the full shebang and get this completely refurbished and recovered, or if we still try to save it. Do I go with the originality, or do I just go with a complete fresh rebuilt interior? Not sure yet. There's more stuff in the garage. We've got fans here, we've got the rear spoiler. All of those need to go through, clean up, respray, little trim pieces over there for the front of the car. This is a biggie. This is the radiator, and this really does need some work. So I'm in the process of trying to find someone who can just refresh all of this. Not sure the condition of the radiator. When I took it out, it did still have fluids in it. It held the fluids, but the big bit with this is that there, where it's completely just rotted out. Now it is just really a patch from here to the other side with a couple of brackets on it. So it should be, I don't know, maybe I'm going to need someone with a bit of skills to redo that one. Anyway, that is my mission for this week, to try and find someone who can help me with the radiator. Then we got some more bits here. Oh look, be careful what you can see just there. That's future video stuff. And then all of this is literally pipe work that I've got to find replacement parts for. Clean up stuff here. We've done all this for the brake fluid, brake pedals. Then we got little bits for the top of the engine there. The old radio, we're going to be replacing that. But this is all just clean up stuff, and all of this takes time. So it's really quite handy that I've actually got Owen working with me, helping me do some of this stuff. So I've had the front grille all vapor blasted, and it's really come up nicely. But what I've had to do just to protect it, because obviously it's just completely bare metal then, is I've just put a clear coat on it. And now that's ready. That can go in the pile of things that are finished. The next bit I need to start working on is over here. This is my steering rack. So we're going to start to rebuild that. Now I don't know if you noticed, but when we were pushing the car into the spray booth, the wheels were all over the place. That's because we didn't have any steering rack in the car. But we've started to clean all this up. It did go to the vapor blasters, so they've done a great job of that, but I just need to rebuild that and start getting things like that ready, because once the paint is done, this is probably one of the first things that's going to go back in the car. We stripped everything before, and one thing that I couldn't find, I was having difficulty finding, is the bearings for this. So if anyone's got any idea where I can get them, that would be of great help. Well guys, if you made it this far into the video, you got that bonus little sneak peek of a couple of panels for a future project that I am very, very excited about. Anyway guys, I'm now going to continue my BBI cleanup mission. I'm going to grab some of these things and start trying to make them like new again. Until the next time guys, don't forget you can check out what I get up to on a daily basis over on my socials. You can also check out today's video sponsor, Hero Wars, by clicking on the link in the description below. Until the next time guys, stay safe. Ciao for now.